and welcome back to Sleeve M. If you're new to my channel, my name is Emily and I had the gastric sleeve bariatric weight loss procedure on January 9th of 2018, and today I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of an update. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather today. I've been having some sinus congestion and I just kind of wanted to give an update. I have been continuing to lose weight. I notice I like to measure myself every month, so that'll be next week's video, is the weight loss. Mainly because I find that I don't lose anything and then I lose a lot. I don't lose anything, then I lose a lot. And honestly, I don't find any rhyme or reason as to why some weeks I lose a lot, some weeks I don't lose anything, and some weeks I gain a little bit. And so basically I like to look at the overall picture, and I feel like when I weigh myself every week, I get a little bit crazy inside on fixated on number. And this weight loss procedure, I try to think of it completely different. I want it to be a lifestyle change. I want it to be what makes me feel the best, what gives me the most energy, just an overall healthy lifestyle. And so really that has been my entire focus of this compared to previous diets. Previous diets, I would weigh myself pretty much every day. I would get really hard on myself if I didn't lose the weight I was supposed to. That's typically where I would give up, because I'd be like, I'm putting in all this hard work and my number's not dropping, and now I just want ice cream or something stupid like that. But it's what I did. And this is different. This is, I lost part of my stomach, and I'm doing this so that I live the most optimal life. I think in one of the first videos I talked about how my doctor that I work for needed a hip replacement, and if it were me in those shoes, I would have not qualified for a hip replacement because of the fact that, you know, due to my BMI, they have no joint replacements for that. And so my overall goal is, I've learned in my life through working in medicine that you get one body and you have to treat it right, and you have to treat it the best that you can. And I have been treating it poorly for so many years. I can't even remember the time that I treated it really good for a consecutive long period of time. And so this has really been a lot of fun because I've learned a lot about myself and about my thought process behind food. And I would say I've been really pushing myself to eating clean, natural food. Daniel and me have been going to the farmers markets on the weekend, and we've been picking up some goodies. I'll show you a clip now of what we picked up this week at the farmers market. So the farmers market that we went to this week is called the Cherry Creek Farmers Market. If you live in the Denver area, it's a really nice farmers market. It is a little bit more ritzier. There's three that we really like to go to. There's the Union Station, which is kind of one for chefs. We always find a lot of unique things that we don't see at other farmers market. The Cherry Creek Farmers Market, there's a lot of booths that have packaged items, and there's not as much vegetable, although there is some, but it's probably not the best for farm produce, which is kind of funny because it's a farmer's market. And then the third one we like to go to is Pearl Street Farmers Market. That's actually my favorite. There is a truck there where you get a bag and it's $10 all the vegetables that you can fill in it. And so when we're really looking for a lot of vegetables, that's the one we go to. So I'm just going to kind of show the goods that we got at the Cherry Creek Farmers Market. The first thing I wanted to start with is there was this booth with this guy from Guatemala, and he packages some of his foods that he makes. I got this salsa here that he made with some mint leaves, and I was really excited about this because when I tried it, I immediately thought of what we're going to be growing in our herb garden. And this was not very hot, and it was very simple ingredients, just roasted tomatoes, onion, mint, water, vinegar, some citric acid, and salt. And it is only 1 net carb per 2 tablespoons. So I thought this would be great to add to eggs. But what he really got me on was this black bean. It kind of looks like a hummus, but he says in Guatemala You make your eggs and you put some of this in there. You put a little bit of his salsa on top, and this was absolutely delicious to try. So I really look forward to adding this with eggs. And then I also got his green belly hot sauce. I really like this. It had a really good flavor. It wasn't overly hot to me. It just was really flavorful, and I think it's because of the herbs they use. They use cilantro, habanero peppers, garlic, apple cider vinegar, oil, water, sea salt, and xanthan gum. So again, really simple ingredients, and that's kind of what I like about the Cherry Creek Farmers Market. They have a lot of these packaged things, but they're all usually a local company that makes them and really delicious. The next thing that we got is from the Noble Hog. This is tequila lime chorizo that we're really looking for. We're going to make kind of like an egg bake this week with some cheese and some spinach. It's going to be kind of a play on a recipe I got from the Keto Connect cookbook. So I really look forward to that. And then the other thing is we just got some bratwurst. We're going to grill these up one night with some peppers and onions, and it should be really good. One thing that we really like to do, since we don't have central air, is we like to not use our oven during the summertime. So basically anything that we can cook outside on the grill is really what we're looking for, or on our stovetop. And then we did get a pepper from there the other day. Again, the Cherry Creek one's not the best for produce, even though it's a farmer's market, but we did see that, so we picked that up. The next thing we found are some summer sausages from Centennial Cuts. There's the beef jalapeno, and then Daniel just got the regular beef summer. We really look forward to just putting these as maybe my 3 p.m. snack, cutting some up, adding some cheese with it. This will be a good amount of protein, and then also kind of a fun snack for the afternoon. And then my favorite part of the Cherry Creek Farmers Market is they always have the most beautiful flowers. So I picked this up yesterday, and all these peonies were closed by the time we got them home, and they opened by the afternoon. And I love peonies. Again, my grandma Baumgard, she used to grow these in the garden, and they were so pretty, but it wasn't always my favorite bush because it always like kind of attracted these black bugs, and I hated that, but I always love the smell and how beautiful they are. So overall, we had a lot of fun at the Cherry Creek Farmer Market. One other thing that I have been thinking about, or I have been working on doing, is I have started an herb garden. We live downtown Denver, and we live in a triplex of a house. It looks basically just like a house, and they divide it into 3 units, and we own our back unit. But a lot of the buildings around us are really tall, and they don't allow a lot of light to get to a garden area. The very first year I lived here, I planted a garden with hopes of canning tomatoes and doing a lot of things that my grandma taught me growing up. My grandma Baumgard had, back in the day, the best garden known to mankind. People would come and say, I hate tomatoes, I don't eat them, and then they would try one of her tomatoes, and they were like, this is what real tomatoes taste like, because of course there's nothing better than that homegrown garden tomatoes. All those vegetables are amazing, but I didn't really have the sunlight to do that, and so she's not really my mother-in-law, but Daniel's mother, she suggested that she uses a lot of pots and puts tomato plants in them and peppers and things, and she recommended container gardening, which I hadn't really thought about, but I did look it up, and there were a lot of different ideas, but I kind of focus on the herb container gardening. I thought that would be a good thing to try outside here at our house, because first of all, when it comes to our cooking now, we've really changed. We really like our food. I only get like a few bites of food, and I feel like those bites have to be perfect. And things that really up the game when you're cooking are herbs. And nothing ups the game even better than when they're fresh herbs. Now, fresh herbs are kind of expensive. A lot of the herbs that we use are just dried. But I was thinking, between the farmer's market and our herb garden, we'll get that summertime freshness that everybody craves in the summertime. And now I want to show you what herb garden I planted.
So for the herb garden, I decided to plant 2 separate pots. I bought these huge pots at Home Depot, and I really liked them because they were really cheap. And since this is kind of my test run, I just thought something cheap would be the best. They are so deep that there's no need for putting soil in all the way. So I saw some suggestions on Pinterest to put some old, egg cartons, plastic bottles, soda pop cans at the bottom. So I did that. One of the great things about that is when you do that, the pots aren't overly heavy from the soil. So I really was excited that I did not have to buy extra soil and that I can move the pots around as the light changes throughout the summer months. I then planted in the first pot, I planted cilantro, basil, lemon basil, garlic, chives, and thyme. And then in the second pot, I planted lemon, verbena, rosemary, mint, sage, Thai basil, and parsley. I think I may have gone a little bit overboard with all the different basils, but I'm really excited to have just the regular basil that I buy, some Thai, and then also the lemon style. I also am really excited to learn how to cook more with mint. I think that would be absolutely wonderful, and it's going to be nice to just have some fresh cilantro and parsley. One of the things I read is that I need to keep pruning them so that it keeps growing, but I really look forward to having my own herb garden and saving money at the grocery store this summer.
So I hope you enjoyed my herb garden. I really look forward to cooking it this summer. I think between doing the herb garden and then going to the farmer's market, we're going to have a lot of fun summertime meals. I really want to learn a lot about seasoning and continue to work on it now that I think part of having the surgery is, you eat slower, and so I don't think I was chewing my food as good as I used to. I know that may sound weird, but I really have to finally chew it, otherwise it just gets uncomfortable. And so when something doesn't taste good nowadays, I know this may be a little disgusting, but I just spit it out. I can't even deal with it. So through having the farmer's market, the herb garden, I'm really looking forward to making some really fun summertime dishes. So stay tuned. I hope to show you some of those in some of these next upcoming videos, but next week will be everybody's favorite, the weight check. I am very excited because I feel like I've been working really hard and really staying on track. And this whole bariatric lifestyle, this whole weight loss, it seems like every month I become more in tune with it and I get better ideas and I just feel a lot more comfortable with who I am. So if I were to time travel back to 8 months ago, I would probably just be shocked about the type of foods I was eating and just the garbage. And so really having this procedure has taught me about really focusing on good, clean, healthy foods, which has made me feel absolutely wonderful. And I think next week we will definitely see that on the scale. Till then.